I go around and I go around and I go around, I go around. I'm always out, I am always out, I am always out, I'm always out. I keep running so I don't have to go.
Hello and welcome to the first reading vlog of 2025. So if you're new here, my name is Mila. I make everything from college, lifestyle, and bookish type content. I also started, oh my god, I was about to drop a book. I almost started, no. I also started dabbling in like tier rankings for like songs. So that's definitely fun. And also like just TV show breakdown. So if all of that content sounds fun, definitely hit the subscribe button down below to, you know, be notified every time that I post. So today we're going to be doing a little book reading vlog. Oh my god, a reading vlog. I literally filmed a huge video this morning. My brain is completely off, so I apologize. We're doing a reading vlog today, and I thought a fun way to start 2025 is to just finish a series. So obviously, to no one's surprise, I'm in the middle of so many series, and I only have like the last book left for so many of them, so I was like, that's what we're going to be doing today. So I gathered 4 series that I really did want to finish. Like obviously 2025 I want to finish a lot of series, but these ones are like my top priority. In no particular order because I don't know like how I want to read them. I want to read Hellbent, which is the second book in the Alex Stern series. I'm pretty sure it's just 2 books. I haven't heard anything about a third book coming out. So we're going to be finishing the series. I read The Ninth House, I think in 2021. And it was literally one of my favorite books ever. So very nervous to get to Hellbent. But it's more like I don't want to like lose the love that I have for the series. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I think. Another thing I really want to read is As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. So the third book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I read the first one in I think 2022. But the second one in 2023. I didn't read the last one in 2024, but we're reading it beginning of 2025. I also have Vow of Thieves by Mary Pearson. I read the first book, I think actually maybe for a reading vlog, I don't know, last summer. So I want to close off the duology and then I would have read every one of Mary Pearson's books. And then last but not least, we have Twisted Lies. I hope you guys can see Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. I've been putting off reading this for so long because I don't want the series to end. I love the characters. And I was also like kind of disappointed by Twisted Hate. So very nervous, but reading that also. So very fun video. I don't think I'll read more books. I do want to like get to my January TBR. And then I might do like a part, like probably it's going to be part 1. I'm probably going to do a part 2. I feel like I might just do a part every single season. So it's like a winter version of like finishing book series. Maybe another video coming out in like May, I guess, to kind of like close up some books before summer, maybe end of summer, and then like sometime in the fall. So it might be 4 parts. We'll see. Obviously, I don't know yet. We're just January. Anything can happen. So out of all the books, I think I do want to start with Hellbent because it is very highly anticipated. I'm in such like a fantasy mood. It's winter. It's like gloomy outside. It's like the perfect time to read it. I would honestly be very surprised if I don't like it. Like Leigh Bardugo would have had to do something like really messed up for me to not like it. Taking a little lunch break. I have some sushi, nothing fancy, just from like the grocery store because I like needed food. I got 70 pages into Hellbent. Oh my god, like all the feelings that I had when I first read Ninth House are coming back. I love it. I love the dark academia. I love the magic. I just love everything about it. It's so good. Obviously going into this, I knew that like the entire plot would revolve around finding Darlington, like basically saving him from hell. And we got to a part where basically they try to do a ritual to try to find him. Sorry, my camera had like a weird thing on it, so I got very confused. But yeah, so they try to do this ritual to go into hell, and as the doors are like closing, you hear him screaming, "Wait," and I'm like, no. But then something happens and I was like, oh, okay. I would love to see how this plays out. If you've read this, you know what I mean. I'm gonna try to like not give any spoilers at all because obviously most, like all of these books are like the last books in the series. I'm gonna finish my sushi, then we're gonna go right back into it. I just want to know, I just want to know if Darlington and Alex end up together. Like, I know the whole point of this is not the romance, but oh my god, I just want to experience a kiss between them. We're currently 180 pages into Hellbent, and where we left off last time, something big happened. And even though something happened, we still need to go into hell to save Darlington. Darlington, oh my god. And the way to do that is that we're using the demonic thing that happened as hints to figure out where exactly the door is, how to access it, like who the players are that need to be like involved to access the door of hell, if that makes sense. Like, we're basically figuring out all the pieces of the puzzle to get into hell, and this book is organized into two parts. There is As Above and then So Below, and I feel like the As Above part one, it's getting into hell, and So Below is the in hell saving Darlington, which compared to As Above is like relatively small. So the major chunk of the book is like getting into hell. I'm really enjoying it. Like, I talked to a friend who read this and she was like, it's good, but it's not as good as Ninth House. I mean, personally, I feel like nothing can compare to Ninth House, but I'm really liking it. I'm really invested. Something that really made me nervous about going into Ninth House was that it was like super dense, super long chapters, like just heavy. It reminds you of a classic, but it's like not a classic. That's what I felt going into Ninth House. And I was worried that I'd be feeling this in Hellbent, but I feel like, I don't know if the chapters are shorter, but it feels like, I mean, obviously I flew through Ninth House, but I expected like longer chapters in Hellbent. They weren't as long as I expected, so I don't know if it was just written in shorter, because I think that this came out like maybe 2-3 years after Ninth House came out, so I don't know if when Leigh Bardugo wrote it, she was like, okay, let's just do shorter chapters, or like Ninth House was like the first book, so she had to put so much more into it. I don't know, but it's going really fast. I'm so invested. I love it. It's just perfect. So yes, really, really loving it. I'm not even halfway done. Like, how many pages is this book? It's 480 pages long. I still have 300 pages to go. It's gonna take a while to finish, but honestly, loving all my time reading it. Guys, we need to talk. So I'm literally like maybe 25 pages from being done, but we need to talk because I am I have a lot is going through my head. Without giving any spoilers away, obviously we try to save Darlington, it doesn't work, then we try to go back, some things work, some things don't work, just like very messy. Then obviously we have demons involved, right? I'm at the part that a little bargain has to be made. It's very sketchy. Because basically, someone is not supposed to come back from hell. I truly have no idea who is not coming back. Oh my god. I actually feel so much anxiety because I'm like, what is, like, I'm literally 25 pages from the end. 25 pages, that's where you wrap everything up. No, these 25 pages, it's like, are we making a deal with the devil? Is everyone surviving hell? Yeah, I needed to get a bit of that out of my system because I'm like, this is intense. This is intense. So I'm gonna continue reading. I don't know. I'm scared. That's what I am. I am scared. I just went quick to like throw on my PJs, brush my teeth, wash my face and everything. That's why we have these little two things over here. It's my like drying lotion or drying whatever you want to call it. Like, I wanted to get all that done so I can like give you the update for Hellbent. We can decide our next book and then I can read like a chapter before going to bed. But yes, we have finished Hellbent. Oh my god. Ninth House was an absolute 5-star. This book was an absolute 5-star. And the way that it ended, it was like very open. It was like, okay, there's probably gonna be a book 3. And I looked online, there was a book 3. But then we also don't know when the book 3 is gonna be released. So I feel like we're gonna have to wait maybe like 2 or 3 years. This book is so perfect. The series is so perfect. It's like dark academia with fantasy, magic, murder, secrets. It's just perfect. It's absolute perfection. So yeah, 5 stars. I really like, okay, I do really want to see a little like romance or like some more tension between Darlington and Alex, but I'm perfectly fine with it not being there. Like, it doesn't take away from the plot of the story. I actually kind of like how it's not something that has happened, but I would like for the third and final book to end with like some kiss or something like that. Like there has been a build up. They're both attracted to each other. Yes, they have to like save the world, but it's like I would love for it to just end in like one kiss. But like even if it doesn't, it's like I'm pretty sure the third book's gonna be like a 5-star also. So yeah, just overall love this, super happy. I was thinking, so this was like fantasy. Do I want to continue on my little fantasy kick and read Vow of Thieves, or do I want to go to Twisted Lies? I don't know. I'm not really feeling thriller at the moment, but I don't know, like, I don't know if I want to read Twisted Lies now or like push it back to a little later. But then also, Vow of Thieves is YA as good as that is YA. This is adult, so I could do adult YA, and that makes sense. Even though it's like 2 fantasies back to back. I think I'm gonna go with Vow of Thieves next because yeah, I'm in my fantasy era. Kinda wish I would have put more fantasy on this list because I do want to read fantasy now, but okay. So book number 1, done, 5 stars. Book number 2, Vow of Thieves. Gonna go read chapter 1, gonna go to bed. And then I don't know if I'm going to update you guys tomorrow morning when I wake up or not, because I do have a few things to do, like I am in the house early. But we will see. We will see. Good morning. So we are about like 110 pages into Vow of Thieves. I actually am starting to like it better than I did Dance of Thieves. Like I feel Dance of Thieves, getting into it was kind of like long and it wasn't vibing with me. Vow of Thieves, I feel like since I know these characters, I'm a little bit more invested than I was in the first book. And I also like how fast, you know, everything like goes to shit, because it's like typical when everything starts off like nice, warm, fluffy, we're all happy, and then bam, things go to shit. We think someone's almost dead, turns out they're not dead. Like that's what we have going on right now. Honestly, I read the first book so long ago that I don't remember things very, very specifically. So it's like slowly starting to come back, but I'm enjoying my time. So we like that. Guys, we are basically halfway through. Oh my god, let me bring my camera closer because I feel like you're like literally so far away. Okay, so as I said, we're halfway through Vow of Thieves and I'm actually really liking it. Like I feel like I'm liking it more than the first book, because the first book I read it over the summer. I just feel like it was not a good time. Like I should have really picked up a summer romance instead of that, but I was like, let's just do a reading vlog, reading fantasy over the summer. Looking back, not a good idea, because the series isn't that bad. Like it's actually really interesting and I'm invested in these characters. I mean, it might just be that book 2 is like more interesting than the first and it kind of like grabbed me more. But I feel like, I mean, I was intrigued in the plot. It seemed like it would be something that I like. So I don't know if it was like I just wasn't like super paying attention, if it was the characters, the writing style, just reading it in the summer. I really do feel like it was reading it in the summer, which is kind of a shame, because if I read it like a month ago, I would have enjoyed it more. But honestly, this book, like really enjoying it. I wouldn't say it's exactly giving 4-star energy, but more like 3.5. And basically what we're seeing right now is that both parties are separated. So Jace and Kazi got separated and they're like slowly making their way back together. They're in the same like town, city, place. I don't know what you would call it, but they're in the same place. We just have like a monarchy who's like just not acting in the way that they should be. They're a little bit power hungry, a little bit greedy. Some like childhood trauma that like led them to acting that way. And Kazi's basically like forced to work with the king because he's basically out to get Jace. He does not like him, and he always wants to one up Jace, like basically prove to her and to himself like he's better than Jace, just because of his like little obsession. He's not like forcing himself upon her, but it's like he really wants to like beat Jace in like every single sense. And he knew that Kazi and Jace kind of had like a little thing going on, and Kazi's like, you know, I was just like playing around, like it didn't mean anything, it was just like a ruse to kind of like mess with him. And everyone thinks that Jace is dead. So the king is like, you know what, he's gone. She didn't really want him, but she wants me. She wants me, and I want to like win her over. That's what's going on. They're in the same place. They both know that the other person is alive. So we love that. We just don't know how they're gonna meet. We don't know what's gonna go on, but we'll see. We'll see. So far, honestly, very happy. I'm gonna get ready to go to bed because I'm actually like exhausted. It's almost like 2 a.m. But honestly, like, really, really, really enjoying this. So I've gotten 315 pages in, and I really love it. Like, I love how just like there's a desperation from both sides to get to each other. I love how like they're so close. They're literally so close to each other, but also miles and miles and miles and miles apart. Like, I love when it just feels so helpless, just so hopeless, so helpless. But I can kind of like see where things are going. Obviously, we found out a huge secret about the king. Kezzy was able to like steal something that the king needed for his like master plan, but she hid it in the forest, right? So the king doesn't have it, but she's captured now because things went wrong. Basically, they were ambushed. Things just went to shit, basically. Did not go as according to plan. Jace knows that she's alive. Jace knows, like, exactly where she is. He knows what exactly is going on. So I'm like, great. He knows exactly where she is. He can come rescue her. Like, he's ready to come rescue her. But it's like, it's so shitty that she was so, like, she was basically where she had to go. But then, because of a misunderstanding, she got captured. It made me so frustrated. I'm like, you were this close. You were like, just so frustrated, but honestly love it. Really vibing, really invested. I've been listening to this like fantasy reading playlist. I'm definitely gonna be able to finish this book tonight. I wouldn't call this, I mean, kind of a map. Like, here, I'll show you. So we have this at the back of the book, which is like the map or like layout of like the place where the story actually takes place, at least for this book. And then over here we just have like the bigger map of the kingdom. I hope you guys can see because I have like not my like filming light, but my like bedroom light over there. We have like the map, and yeah, basically everything takes place. This, oh god, this area, I really hope you can see it in this area. Love when books have a map, honestly. It's like, it's everything, it's everything. So we have just finished Vow of Thieves, and I think I'm going to give this book a 3.5. Like, it wasn't extraordinary, but it was good. Like, I did enjoy my time reading it. I was super invested, super, like, I wanted to know what happened. I just feel like it was just a good book. Like, it wasn't great. It didn't really reach 4 stars. It was very solid. Would I necessarily recommend this duology? I personally feel like there is better out there, but it's not bad. Like, it's really not that bad. It's just like not my favorite. I do really like the whole, I wouldn't call it I was gonna say a heist, but like when they go to save Kazi, I really liked that whole scene. And oh my god, like when the king had his like reveal, oh my god, I was like, there's no way. I was literally like, no, there is no, just no, no, no. So I really enjoyed a lot of things. I just feel like I've read better fantasy, to be perfectly honest, but still like a pretty like decent series. I don't know what I want to read next. Because I'm like, Good Girl's Guide to Murder, it would go super fast. I could probably like get that done tomorrow. I can do that, or I can jump into Twisted Lies. I feel like I've done so much fantasy, so I might want to do romance. But I think Twisted Lies is like 500 pages. So I don't know if I want to read a shorter book for now, since like both books were like around 500 pages, and then go to Twisted Lies. But I'm also like Christian. I don't know. If you see me looking like off to the side, it's because I have like both books like piled over there. So I'm like honestly just looking at both books and I'm like, what do I want to read next? You know what? Let's do Twisted Lies. Yeah, I did a lot of fantasy, and I feel like it makes sense because Hellbent, it was fantasy, but it was like adult. Vow of Thieves was like YA. Twisted Lies adults. As Good as Dead YA. So like it kind of like switches. It kind of gives me something different because I feel like the rest of my TBR for this month is all romance. So if I read Twisted Lies last and just a bunch of romance after, I might get a little bit burned out. And if I read Twisted Lies, I read a thriller, then a bunch of romance, I'll be fine. So yeah, Twisted Lies is a third book. I feel like this might be a 5-star. Like, this might actually be the first video where I found 2 5-star books. I did not like Twisted Hate because I was not a huge fan of how the two got together. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of the whole, like, we are hooking up and then we become, like, a couple. Twisted Lies, I feel like it's giving the same energy as, like, Twisted Games, and I loved Twisted Games. I feel like Twisted Lies could potentially be a 5-star read. 105 pages into Twisted Lies. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, it's just the same vibes that I got from Bridget and Reese, or Rice. I'm sorry, I don't know how you pronounce his name, and it pisses me off because he's literally one of my favorite characters ever. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I get the same vibes from Christian as I get from him, and I'm like, I love that. And it's like, out of every single girl, I see myself the most in Stella. Like, obviously, I do have a little like audience. I do have my own like social media thing. I'm like nowhere near close to her, but like having that, and then just her mentality, like how she is, even her freaking morning routine. I swear, even her morning routine, I'm like, why is she literally me? No, but I honestly, like, when I tell you that I love this, I actually love this. Like, there's just, oh my god. Like, I just, wow. I love. And I'm like a fifth the way through. This book is like almost 600 pages. I'm like a fifth way through it, and I'm absolutely love. Like, it's just, wow. Oh my god, it makes me so mad because it's literally, like, do we see what time it is? Let me just like make this darker so I think you guys can see it. Do we see this? It's almost 3 a.m. I don't want to go to bed. I want to continue reading this, but I'm like, no, it's 3 a.m. Go to bed. I'm just, wow. Yes, this is everything to me. This is everything. Why did I wait so long to read it? Oh my god. I need to do a meditation to like calm myself down. I only meditate in the mornings, but I feel like I need calm because I'm too energetic. I'm too, like, there's too many happiness hormones flowing through me right now to go to bed. Ignore the funky little roller here when I do my, well, I feel like they're not curtain bangs anymore because they got really long, but when I do my like face doing pieces, I curl like from underneath, so it looks a little bit funky. But I just wanted to hop on to like tell you about Twisted Lies. So a little bit TMI, but I was so ready to just like come sit down and just like binge this book. So I was like, I can definitely finish this book today, right? I got my period. I just felt so shitty. I was in so much pain. I was like, I can't. I just sat down, watched shows, watched movies. It was just a very like lazy day. But then when the pain like started to leave, I was okay, I'll wash my hair, I'll read a bit of the book. So I did read like a pretty decent amount. Like I think I'm over halfway, but I'm not done. So kind of disappointed because I did really think that I could finish this today. But anyways, like it's no big deal. I'm at page 285. We still have like maybe 250, no, 200 and, yeah, I think about 250 pages left. I just, oh my god, this book is literally, like, when I said that I see myself in Stella, like, you don't understand. Last night I was like, I can see myself in this girl. Today I was like, this is literally me. Why is this literally me? Like, I'm just like smiling. I'm giggling at my page. I'm like kicking my feet, screaming. That is how much I love this. Like, it's just what I feel for this is what I felt in Twisted Games, and this is everything. This is absolutely everything. Like, I just, oh my, it's so good. It's so good. This one I feel like I can talk about more because yes, it is a series, but all 4 books are kind of like interconnected standalones. So over here we have Stella. She's she's basically an influencer who works at this like fashion magazine because she wants to go like into fashion. She wants to like have her own like clothing line, right? Stuff happens, she loses her job, and she has a stalker. So Christian, who is the CEO of a security company, obviously Mr. Harper to the rescue. Stella can't stay in her apartment. Oh no, because the stalker broke in. So she's living at Christian's apartment, and it's like, it's just, oh my god. So just, I love them. I absolutely love them. We also learned that Stella's parents aren't the best, and where I literally put this book down, Christian is going to meet Stella's parents. But Christian and Stella are fake dating. The friends know that, and oh my god, just like seeing the friends, seeing the dynamic. Alex, Josh, I almost forgot how funny Josh was. Like, it's Alex's bachelor party. Josh is like, dude, I'm getting you like banana boats, I'm getting you this. Alex is like, well, no, like, it's not what I wanted. And it's like, at some point, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Reese, I'm gonna say Reese and Christian were like talking, and just like Reese completely called him out. He was like, dude, you are in love with Stella. You're obsessed with her. Like, own up to it. And while they were having that conversation, basically the book was like, oh, and then I could see like from the corner of my eyes, Alex, he was like basically cringing at Josh like listing out the uses for the banana boat. And it's like, oh my god, I love these characters. I miss this. I am so sad this is the last book, but I feel like we might be seeing these characters in the, oh my god, I don't know what it's called, but it's like God of War, God of like whatever. I feel like we might be seeing at least Christian, and I mean, I feel like, well, they're all like a little group. I feel like we might be seeing them because of Dante. I don't know, we will see, but I'm just, yes, this is everything. This is literally everything. There's like, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We normally do my updates over here, but as you can see, there's like sun here, so we're like scooted all the way over here. I am 135 pages into Twisted Lies. I'm literally like, this is the best thing ever. This is the best thing ever, but my heart is like absolutely breaking because from the start, you see how Christian has this like ring in his pocket, right? We found out what the ring is, or like who the ring belongs to, like why he has the ring. Stella finds something in his office. It's just like, like I'm like, no, because it was so perfect, and even Stella was like, it's going so well. But this is like the calm before the storm. Things are going so well that's gonna go to absolute shit after. And we got to the part where it goes to absolute shit, and my heart is like actually breaking because Christian's whole thing was that like he doesn't believe in love, or it's like he cannot, like he can get himself to love someone, but he loves her. And when she told him I love you, he couldn't say it back. But when everything was breaking, he was like, Stella, I love you. And I'm like, no. I'm like actually not okay right now. I'm actually not okay. Yeah, I just have no words. I'm like, Christian, like, why would you keep something so stupid? Like, yes, it's a hidden compartment, but like, Christian, what do you do? I'm just like, no, like, I'm so mad. I'm so mad because he told her that he loved her. He told her that he loved her, but then we find out everything else and I'm like, no, 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 no. So as you can see, many, many feelings, but oh my god, this is definitely a 5-star read. Like, once again, I see myself so much in Stella. I love it so much. I don't want it to end. Like, these basically 400 pages I read, it feels like I flew through it. It feels like it took no time at all. I'm honestly so sad. I'm so close to finishing the Twisted series, and even if I'm reading it for this vlog, I feel like I'm really pushing it because I don't want it to end, because I don't want to accept that the Twisted series is over. I don't want to accept it. But then I know that I have the whole like Gods of Wrath, Greed, whatever. I know I have that whole entire series, and I'm probably gonna love them as much as these characters, and possibly even more because Anna Huang's writing style like improved, obviously, over time. But oh my god, I just, and then when like we had this like little meeting of like all the friends, and just, oh my god, I mean, I think I told you about that last time, but just like seeing all the characters, I love them so much. I love everyone so much. My heart is breaking for Stella and Christian. Like, obviously I know it's gonna be like a happily ever after, but it's like, oh my god, what I'm feeling right now. We have officially finished the Twisted series. Oh my god, this is literally, I love it. I love it so much. The emotions that I felt at the end of this book, oh my god, like I just, you know when you just have to like close a book to like silently scream? That's what I've been feeling. It's just literally the most perfect thing ever. I love it. I'm so mad. It took me so long to read, and it just like ties up the series perfectly. Like, just, oh my god, it's actual perfection. Like, I just, oh my god, like, it feels so sad, like, leaving these characters, but also how it ended. It's just, oh my god, it's so perfect. It's literally so perfect. Yeah, I'm like not okay. I mean, if you could not have figured it out already, 5 star, literally best thing ever, the best thing ever. Wow, just wow. I literally texted one of my friends, like, you have to read this series. I'm like literally dying over here, fawning over this last book. And she's like, oh my god, yes, I'll add it to my list. And now moving on to the fourth and final, oh my god, my voice. Fourth and final book of this video. Can I reach it? It's like literally just out of reach, but we have As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is the third book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. Like, I mean, obviously people don't really say what happened in the book, but I'm a little like nervous based off of people's reactions after having read the book. I have a theory, right? With the title, with reactions, I have a theory. Oh my god, I thought I muted you. Yeah, scared, but excited. Excited. Because this video has been like really, really good. I'm just nervous. I'm just so nervous. Like, I've never been so nervous. Like, okay, that's a lie. I've been like more nervous than this in my life, but I've never been so nervous like going into books. Like Twisted Lies, Hellbent. I'm like, this is literally just a book, but I'm like, it's not just a book. It's so much more. Nervous, but we will see what I think. So I'm 140 pages into As Good as Dead. I'm scared. I'm genuinely so scared for Pip, because this isn't like someone else is like the victim here. I'm trying to save someone else. It's like I'm trying to save myself because someone wants to like off me, right? Basically, this book opens up, oh, I really can't see that much, but this book opens up when she has to like defend herself against a defamation case, and then when she goes home she picks up something weird, right? And there's these like signs. It's like very creepy. Obviously she goes to the cops. Cops don't believe her. She tells Ravi about it. Ravi is the first person to like see what she saw, because like she took a picture of some but not of everything, and it was always like washed away, but it came back the next day. So basically she would like leave her house to go on her run. It wasn't there, came back, it was there. Very creepy. And then Ravi and her end up like looking online, and apparently this was like the lead up to a few murders that happened in the past from a certain serial killer. So the whole thing now is like, was this person was the person who's like serving time for the crime, were they wrongly convicted? Because this is awfully similar to that. And if they're not wrongly committed, who is this person? What is the connection? Is he after her? And if yes, why is he after her? If not, who is it who's like, you know, all that's going on. Very creepy. I'm honestly really liking it. Like, I feel like I read Good Girls Guide to Murder such a long time ago. I really liked the first book. I wasn't a huge fan of the second, but the third one, like, I don't know if it's as good as the first, but it sucks me in. I'm so invested. I'm so interested. I'm like literally on edge. Like, I need to go to bed right now. It's like, I think it just past one. Yeah, it's like 1:15 a.m. Yes, I could stay up and read, but I do have to do things tomorrow, so I am gonna go to bed. I'm praying for Pip because I don't get good vibes. It's not very live, laugh, love. Let's just put it that way. I have just finished part 1 of As Good as Dead. Wow, literally what happened? What did not happen? Like, that's the question. What did not happen? Wow. Just wow. I generally do not know what's gonna happen in part 2 because wow, like how, oh my god. So we find out who the DT killer is, right? Something happens to Pip. It's terrifying. Because of that, something else happens. So we're like, oh, yes, okay. I mean, one, love that, but like, I still have like 50% left. I'm genuinely so curious what's gonna happen next. Yeah, I genuinely have no words. I just have question marks flowing around in my head. I'm loving it. I'm genuinely loving it. I just, wow. Literally just wow. I'm sorry, I feel like my face is like so non-expressive. I have these like little, I don't know if you guys can pick up on it. I have the like little, yeah, no, I don't think you can see it. I have the little like eye patches, a little like eye mask. I was gonna say eye face mask, but like the eye mask. So my face looks a little bit odd. That's why yeah, I don't know. Just phew. It's currently like 11:30. It's almost midnight. I was out for like most of the day, so I couldn't really read that much. Do I just like stay up until I finish this and just binge it? Like I'm generally so intrigued, so curious. And I'm like, do I sacrifice my sleep schedule to finish this book? I don't know. We will see. If my next update is tonight, then it'll probably be once I finish it. If it's tomorrow, you'll know that I prioritize my sleep. Wow. I just finished As Good as Dead. I am thinking, what do I even say? Not in a bad way, in an amazing way, in an amazing way. What a ride. But wow. Like, imagine you go on a roller coaster. You can't really see, like, the route of the roller coaster. You don't know what's going on. And then it just brings you up, but even higher, and then this, but then you have the flips. And it's like you're not even sitting down, you're like strapped in, so your legs are like dangling. That's what it felt like reading this. I am undecided whether I want to give it 4.75 or 5-star. Like, I don't think it's weird because in my head I'm comparing it to the books that I read that are 5 stars, and it's like a romance or fantasy that's 5-star, very different than a thriller. And I'm like, what exactly makes a thriller 5 stars? Because most times I'm shook. I'm like, oh my god, like this is absolutely crazy. This is amazing. But it doesn't feel like it's a 5-star. So that's why for thrillers, I don't really know what my reference would be. But it's like I've just, wow. So I don't know if this is a 5-star thriller or not. That's the thing. I really do not know. So I think for now, As Good as That, we're gonna mark it as 4.75. Wow. This was an amazing video. Like, I just, wow. I have to do these videos more because I feel like I've never had such a good experience filming a reading vlog. Like, I think the last video that I did, I mean, obviously I had my like holiday romances, but I think before that it was like, I don't know, because I'm thinking back to the one where I had my friends pick my TBR and I read Birthday Girl and I had a horrible time in that. Like, not the 24 hours, but like the ones where there's like a themed, I mean, not that the 24 hours don't have a theme, but it's like, I feel like you know what I mean, right? I read Birthday Girl and it was a horrible experience. Now doing this, it's an amazing experience. So I'm like, the next reading vlog, do I want to do a series or do I just want to do finishing series? Because 2025 is either we finish book series, because I have a lot of series that I have not finished, right? So I'm like, do you want to see a part 2 of this where it's like 4 other series that I close off? And then, like, I don't know if I want to bring like the second or third book and it's like not really close out the series but kind of like advance in the series, or if we just want to keep it closing the series. I don't know, let me know what you think. I'd be like very open to doing both. But yeah, I'm just absolutely mind blown with what I read. Loved every second of it, but like, wow. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and leave a thumbs up so I know to bring you more reading vlogs. Also, like, literally any idea that you have, let me know down below because I'm looking for ideas. Like, I have a few planned. Obviously I'm gonna continue the Adixia Calloway series. I'm like right now gonna start working on part 2. I'm not sure when that's gonna come out. Maybe March, possibly, I don't know. I do want to do something with like small town because I do have a lot of small town. So I'm like, do I do small town or do I do the Chestnut Springs series? Because I've only read the first book in Chestnut Springs, but it's like there's 5 books. I only read one, so I'm like, is it worth making a vlog? I don't know, we'll see. And then yeah, there's a few series that I could see myself reading, like Dreamland Billionaires. I have all 3, so I can do that. Cruel Prince, all 3, I can do that. There's a Never After series. I only read the first one. So, you know, let me know what your ideas are down below because I would love to get through my books. And it's like, if it's something you want to watch, it's definitely something that I'm going to film. If you want to go, you know, see a bit more into my life, all my socials are down below, my TikTok, Instagram, and Goodreads. And that's pretty much all that I have to say for today. So stay safe, protect your vibe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys!